A very rare but impeccably well kept front living room super slide trail light just landed here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. And I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I can't find a single thing with this RV that I'm not extremely happy with. So this has been stored and protected from the sun. The skin is gleaming. Everything looks good. It's clean inside and outside, top to bottom. Well, this is hands down the best kept and the best condition used R-Vision I have ever seen in my approaching 10-year career. I've never seen one that looks this good. What's kind of funny is, like, if you were looking at a 27, 28 RLS type floor plan, like a common rear super slide rear living room floor plan, it would look almost like this, but this one's flipped around backwards so that it's a front living room which adds that front window, which is really cool for like lake sites where you get those cool views and visibility. But there's something about it. It's really weird. I don't even know how to describe it. But when you flip it around this way, it almost feels like a Class C motorhome. It's got like a motorhome feel and layout to it. Because imagine if those front chairs, you know, right there were sort of like the cab, and then this was the slide seating in the kitchen with a rear bedroom. Well, that's a Class C motorhome every day. That's what's kind of cool about this. This has a very cool remote control, both remote and remote sensing thermostat air conditioner right here. So this is both your thermostat and the AC controller. What's neat is wherever you go with this, it acts as the thermostat to communicate to the air conditioner so that it is temperature controlling based on your position in the RV, not the thermostat's position on the RV, assuming you've brought that with you. Like I said, clean, light, bright. I mean, they obviously had a battery tender on it because I'm running on their battery power, not my own. The front chairs here, I mean, all the upholstery, everything looks good. You see the white cushion there. They had the extra cushion shoved in the ceiling vents of the living room and the bedroom areas to just help keep some extra sun and heat out of there. Now, the front window is there for light and visibility. It's not there for airflow, but that's why you have these sofa side cross breeze windows, and you'll find the nicer, bigger Max Air vent fan up here for airflow. Although if you get up close to it and you look, sure doesn't look like it was used a whole heck of a lot, although it wouldn't surprise me if they actually pulled that screen down and cleaned it, which very few people do. Now what's cool is we also have a bigger, deeper overhead cabinet space right there. The sofa is a traditional inner spring style hide-a-bed, but super plush. Once again, doesn't look like it was used a lot. This thing appears to be something that somebody bought, put in a time capsule, and then decided, hey, let's crack it open and take it to Haylett RV to sell it. Big freestanding table and chairs here. This must have originally had the option of a huge old booth to it because there's so much space around those chairs. And what I like about that is that if you're the person on the inside chair right here and you want to get out, it's not like the booth at Denny's. You know, you don't have to have this person get out of your way first. You can slide the chair back, you can scoot around them. There's enough room to be able to probably do that. Big slide size breeze window right there. And a forward-facing entertainment center. This was made before entertainment centers were like the focal point of a lot of RVs. So it is set up for a smaller TV. You'd probably only put a 22-inch or so, I'm eyeballing it by the way, TV inside that enclosure. However, if you put like a vertical brace right there and you surface mounted it, you could put yourself a big ol' honking TV on it. The only thing you want to be careful of is that when the slide retracts, it wouldn't collide with the TV, since they didn't plan on a TV being mounted on the face of that. Something I've always been a sucker for is a breakfast bar, and they built this camper a little bit longer, which allowed for that countertop overhang, and hey, look at that. They included the couple little chairs, and pardon my little umbrella down there, but as you may find out, it is a bit drizzly. Now that being said, if we take a look, there is some excellent kitchen storage here. You got the drawers below, a little storage below the TV area. Now the pantry has extra drawers below it as well, and then some exceptionally tall kitchen cabinet doors above the sink area and that extra large countertop and prep space. Speaking of which, if we notice, we have both a stove cover and sink covers to really maximize our horizontal, flat, available prep area. Now, kind of, in a sense, a condensed control panel. You tend to find more, like, specifically wired control panels today. But power awning, all of our lights. And look at this. They added this little reminder here. Hey, don't close the slide out. Stop and take a look at the chairs to make sure you're not going to close up and smash and break anything. Isn't that smart? And it's funny how many of those handy little homegrown things, that is certainly a case of an ounce of prevention being worth more than a pound of cure. So once again, a very motorhome-like feature. You see this little holdback eyelet up there. Well, that's going to correspond to this guy, so that if you do want to kind of privatize your bedroom and sort of close the living room off if you do have a guest, that will lock in place. Again, very motorhome-like, but if someone needs to get to the bathroom overnight, you do have a separate privacy curtain right here just to close the bedroom off so that no one's going to be looking at you while you're sleeping. And, you know, that's just creepy. That's weird. Big bathroom space in here. Tons of open floor space. Like I said, I can't find leaks. I can't find like a significant cabinet gouge or blemish or anything. I can't find stuff in this camper that concerns me. The only concern I have is that in my driveway instead of yours. And I don't suspect that's going to last long once people see what this is. Now, again, kind of a motorhome bathroom type feature. Above the entertainment center, we have a bathroom linen cabinet right here so that you don't have to do the naked streak through the camper to get to anything. Now this is just here for light, but it is frosted so that you do maintain full privacy. Back here, if my eyes are not deceiving me, that is a full 60 by 80 queen, which was exceptionally uncommon when this was built. There's not a lot of lightweight trailers that offer that even today. Freedom Express Passport would be some of the very few. More and more campers are beginning to offer a full 80-inch bed, but still not the common trend. Now, you do have full overhead cabinets, but they are sunken back a little bit, so they're not going to be headbangers. Don't get me wrong. I listen to rock music, and I like to smash my head around a little more than I should, which is probably explaining why there's a lot of problems with my brain connectivity sometimes. But hey, to each their own. I digress. You get the idea. Full-length hanging closet on this side with a single drawer below, and then they left an open side stand over here, but still with a drawer and hanging closet above. So if you are claustrophobic or have CPAP needs, I would recommend this side of the bed. If that's not your challenge and that's not your life, I'd be over there. Cross breeze windows in the bedroom. And once again, for thermal prevention, they had the pillow stuffed in the vent above the bed back here that I just simply have dropped down there. And they put the little Reflectix foil cover over that window to keep even more of the sun out. I actually had to go through and open up all the shade. I don't think there's been a natural ray of sunshine shown into this thing since the day it was first bought. It's been locally owned, locally traded. It just hasn't had an extreme amount of towing miles on it. Hasn't had a lot of anything on it. It's just been not used a whole lot from what I can see. So we've got a simple push button power awning here. And one of the things I like about this, if you think about it, where I'm standing right now, the front of the trailer is where most of the foot traffic in most parks is going to be located. So the bedroom's all the way in the back, and it gives this thing exceptionally good privacy back there. If you're a light sleeper or if you're a midday sleeper, there's a lot of work campers here in the Midwest, I know. Well, they're all over, but I know of a lot of them locally. You're going to appreciate the more private nature of the rear bedroom on this. Now you can see that the previous owner put the big protective slide awning on top here, keeps that protected. And the little detail stuff, I don't know if this is factory or aftermarket or what. I don't even know if there's a specific name for it. I call it the plug buddy, but it keeps your 7-way pigtail from like laying in the dirt. And just little stuff like that is nice, you know? Let's see here. The sidewalls are gleaming. There is only the slightest, if I'm going to be ultra nitpicky, there's the slightest of fade to the front bands of these decals. Even then, probably a quick treatment with something like a Meguiar's Auto Shine or something like that, it would probably revitalize those, no sweat, because it is so minor. But everything else, I mean, holy cow, it's got this whole like almost vintage ruby red thing going, but with a more sort of modern look and feel to it. Good looking aluminum wheels. The tires look fantastic. No weather checking or anything there. And an Equiflex suspension system here is going to help soak the shocks and jolts on the road. So in addition to being pretty darn light in weight, this is going to be a pretty darn nice riding rig. Now, pardon me, since this doesn't have a front bed for a front pass-through, see that big baggage door down there? This has a rear bed with a rear pass-through. Raining a little more than I want to go mucking around with trying to juggle the door open with one hand, however. Very much like a modern Rockwood. They've got the hard shell tire cover right here, which just helps protect that from the sun a little bit more. So, also LED taillights, and I'd be shocked if that was a factory standard thing. I'd be more inclined to think that that was an aftermarket item, but I could be wrong there. Speaking of the general shape and condition of this thing, let's get a good eyeball of the roof, because that's one of the things I always like to try to show folks on a used RV whenever possible. So a roof looking like this time of year isn't really surprising. When people first bring them out in spring, a lot of times they'll have them nice and clean and whatnot. And this doesn't look terrible. It just needs a normal seasonal fall cleaning. So everything up here looks about like I'd expected. Although someone did go through and add the MaxxAir vent covers all over, including the better cover for the front actual MaxxAir power vent fan, because one of those push-pull fans could actually kind of crumple one of those things. Now, overall, I can see where the seals have been preventatively upkept and maintained. You can see where there has been a full peel and reseal applied. The existing seals in certain places, like right here around the skylight, they're still holding, they're still okay, but they are starting to show a little bit of weather checking. Not leaking currently. You're probably going to be good for about a year. But I would recommend on specific areas of this RV, planning on doing just a quick touch-up or a quick replacement of just the areas that might need it. But overall, the seals, everything up here looks fine. I've walked all over the roof. I can't find a soft spot. Everything on this thing seems to be aces, you know. The front termination strip, kind of like the skylight, it's okay now. Within a year, you're probably going to want to peel and reseal that, because it does look a little bit past just a quick touch-up point the more I look at it. Short of that, there you have it, guys. Top to bottom, inside and out. This one looks all right. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone. Have a good time. Hopefully you stay drier than I am right now.